They're great. Hey everyone, Mike Rendino here. Welcome to another episode of Fat, Furious, and Effed. And Carol Baskin, you bitch, don't kill me because I'm not a real tiger. And don't you kill me either, Joe Exotic. Welcome to the show. Just want to thank everyone for subscribing, providing feedback from last episode, and tuning in. Just a few things to talk about today, real quick, before I get started on the big three F's. I just want to thank everyone first and foremost, all of our first responders, this whole COVID thing, hospital, healthcare, fire, EMT, etc., all of the restaurant owners, locally, nationally, etc., for finding innovative ways to keep their businesses going, open, so people have food to eat. Thank everyone else for staying strong and positive. Everyone's been great amid this pandemic, and hopefully as things get better and the COVID-19 virus slows down a bit, people can get back to some sort of normalcy. To get started today, I want to get right into it. I've got some things to gripe about and I have a little time to do it. So first thing on the fat side, I just want to say, obviously being a big dude, I wear larger clothing, obviously, that a lot of stuff I can't get at like a regular store. So I have to order online from places like King Size. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may have not. But anyone that knows about King Size has ordered from them or a similar company, you could probably relate or, at least know of this situation that I'm going to refer to. When you order from them, sometimes you get stuff that's pretty decent. A lot of time you get stuff that's crap. It's not even what they show you in the catalog. Like this shirt here I got recently, I love it. Man's Best Friend, got a lab and everything on here. The thing is, the neck is so big on it. And again, I know I'm a big dude, but damn, it's even when I was 20 years old, 193 pounds. I still had trouble because of my big upper body fitting in even like a 3X when I could get one. So I just wish there were other companies out there for bigger people that made quality shirts, pants, etc. If anyone knows of anything like that, please let me know. Not to knock King Size, because again, they're just selling stuff that they're getting from vendors, but a lot of their stuff just falls apart immediately. I got a pair of shorts the other day, nice cargo shorts. I put the belt on, tightened them up, and as soon as I went to go tighten them a little bit more to make sure they were going to stay up, one of the loopholes ripped right off the damn thing. I was so pissed. They're like $45 shorts, So anyway, that's my first gripe on the fat. Love all the fat people out here. Don't adjust your television screens or your computer screens. This is me. I'm this big. Yeah, and I'm proud of it. And everyone that's big should be proud of it. Even if you think you're big and you're not, be proud of who you are. It's the most important thing that I could tell anyone. Love and respect yourself. And if other people don't, to hell with them. You'll find someone else that will. Okay, so moving on to the furious section, I guess. There's a lot to be furious about. Just really upset, as most of you are, about this whole political thing. I didn't know how I was, or if I was even going to approach this subject on my podcast. But again, this is part of my therapy. People are going to like what I say. Some are not going to like what I say. Some are going to be indifferent, whatever the case may be. This is for me to get out, and I just need, to get this out and share this with the world. And again, give me your comments. I'm always looking for feedback. Give me 1 second. Let me take this off here. My little Tony the Tiger thing. Oh, and by the way, this cool little tiger mask thing, I wear it out in public. My wife bought this for me on Etsy for like $20. You guys should get one. This is quality stuff. Been washed a dozen times or so already. And look at that. Roar. I'm going to get sued by Kellogg's. They're great. Anyway, so I just want to get started in with the furious stuff. This whole racial animosity thing toward everyone. I heard the most ridiculous thing this morning, that a statue of Sir Francis Drake was taken down. Come on, Francis Drake, really? What the hell is wrong with people? There's a small group of politicians and media executives, owners of these news channels, etc., nationally, syndicate, whatever, that are just spewing this hate. I don't know why. They could step up, be better people, and try to promote a positive, better message, but it seems like they don't want to. It's bothering me. I mean, I look around, I don't see anyone near me, acting like any of these people on TV that are or on social media, and these videos coming up. A lot of them, probably most of them, you find out are fake. But anyway, the statues being torn down, people getting beat down, businesses looted, burned. Please stop. Seriously, what the frig is the point of this? One guy had an issue with another guy in another state, in Minneapolis. Now, and I'm sorry, I'm in New York, by the way, upstate. But they have already dealt with it. They've dealt with that officer, the other officers that were there on the scene, and unfortunately, a gentleman lost his life. It sucks. But why are we going to burn stuff down? Especially other people's livelihood. We're ruining other people. It's been breaking my heart because as a small business owner, I feel for these people that are getting burned out, looted, whatever the case may be, beat down, just trying to protect their livelihood and what they have. And it's just not right. So please step back, take a pause. If you're going to protest, please be peaceful, stay peaceful. I mean, look at your neighbors. Are your neighbors, your friends, your family, people on your street, or even several blocks around you acting like they're doing on social media? Probably not. No one around here in Syracuse is. And actually, with some of the looting and violence that happened in Syracuse, I got to say how shocked and disappointed I am. I was born here and raised in Onondaga County, Syracuse. And it just surprised me because so many different groups come here and live here and coexist peacefully. To see this type of violence and people just getting so triggered and ramped, it's just, it's just so sad and disappointing. I hope things get back to normal, and I hope people just, start stepping up, more and more people trying to do the right thing. There are a lot of people out there that are already trying to promote a positive message on a daily basis. Thank you for that. But to the people with the statues, the hate, you know what? Stop or get the hell out. What can I say, man? This is just ridiculous. And Sir Francis Drake. It's bad enough they're going after historical statues. Going after like the World War II monument, the Vietnam veterans. My father was a veteran from Vietnam. My father-in-law was a veteran Purple Heart recipient in Vietnam. This isn't right. It's just not right at all. And the people that keep fueling this hate and animosity and racial divide, you just need to stop, man. And people, please tune them out, for crying out loud. This has gone way too far. Again, I just want to say thank you to everyone that is trying to step up, do the right thing. Social distancing is great. I'm seeing a lot of people not wearing masks in huge groups in the area I live in. That's kind of scary because we're still having a significant amount of new COVID cases coming about. I'm sure many of you are in the areas you live in, or maybe people are practicing better social distancing where you're at in the world, and it's not so bad. But just, it's summertime. Everyone wants to get outside. It's like 80, 90 degrees. In central upstate New York, we have such a small window of nice weather that we can go out and enjoy stuff. Of course, everyone's going to go out. But you know what? Take some masks with you. Don't walk up on people without a mask and, just get right in their face, say, hey, what's going on? Again, it's probably not my place to say that, but I'm asking people that know me or not to keep your distance if you don't have a mask on when we're out in public, because I don't know if you have anything. I don't know if I have anything, and just to be safe. So again, just please with the stop with the statue stuff, tearing stuff down. It's ridiculous. And the whole racial thing has really got me going. I've had a lot of people even commenting to me on Facebook and other social media. They're like, you're a white male. You should understand what's going on with this situation of anyone. And I'm like, why? Why should I? How and why should I understand what the hell is going on? A white male? I said, let me tell you guys something right now. My ancestry is European and Native American. I'm like, see, you see me as white. That's fine. I accept that. But I'm also Native American. Both my grandmothers have Native American or had Native American in them. My great-grandmother, one of them, is actually buried on the Onondaga Reservation. And then people are like, oh, okay. And then they don't say anything else about it. Like, oh, okay, then you must know a little bit about it. But it's just such a hypocrisy of, racial divide and hate. I just wish it would stop. I recently signed back up to social media so I could do this podcast and reach out to friends and family again because it's been a while. The whole Trump thing when he was running for office, there was so much hate and bullying going on then, and it just bothered me so much I just had to tune everything out except Instagram. Again, I just hope people come to their senses sooner than later and we can all get back to some sort of normalcy and stop, the hate and the violence. It's just crazy. So the whole racial thing, it's got me because you're treated differently when you're white. And obviously when I tell people that I'm also Native American, they're like, oh, that's cool. And then they treat you different. Like when I was growing up at Lemoyne, when I went back to college, they're like, oh, you're Native American. And then they'd ask you these weird questions. So what's it like being Native American? I'm like, I don't know. What's it like being whatever race you are? People live and do what they got to do and try to get by life. Life's hard enough without having fellow humans going at each other. Just crazy. So one other point, I'd like to make before I move on to the next topic here. White privilege. It's all I've been hearing about lately. White privilege. What exactly is white privilege? People say I should be happy, and that's another thing on Facebook or whatever. They're like, oh, you're white. You're a white male. You should be happy. You got everything. We have nothing. I'm like, who is we? It's not really like that. I'm telling you all this right now, and this is the God's honest truth. I'm going to give you one example of many that I've been through in my life that is the contrary of white privilege and what you think it is. I, a few years ago, wanted to start my own restaurant, my own business. I just wanted to do my own thing. It's nice working for people, but I wanted to make my own money and do my thing after school. So I tried to get a loan. I went through local places, non-for-profits and everything. Every single time I was shot down. The common reason they told me was because I was a white male. I couldn't get a loan or a grant for nothing. They're like, if you're a minority or a person of color or this or that, they're like, yeah, we could give you a grant to get something going. But they're like, you're white, so you get nothing. I'm like, what the hell? I'm almost 50 years old. I've been paying taxes for over 32 years. And I'm like, I can't get a little, help to get something going, like a loan or something to pay it back. I couldn't even tell you how many banks I went to try to get a loan. And I've had some of the bank representatives tell me that I've had probably the best, most comprehensive business plan they've ever seen, and they would not give me a loan. One, because it was a restaurant, and secondly, and the most common factor, being white. They would never say that publicly, but that's just how I was told, and that's just how it was laid out. I'm a white male, so I could not get a loan for anything, and it's just ridiculous. I've been paying taxes just like most people for decades, and somebody comes over here, and I'm not knocking it. It's good that they have opportunities, but somebody comes over here from another country, they don't know our customs, they haven't paid their dues, and they're given money for free education, free vehicles, to open up a business, and I have to sit here and struggle. So I just want to thank everyone for that white privilege. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel so good inside. Because I'm so white and I'm so freaking privileged. Thank you all. So that's where I ran on that. Last topic here of the day, I want to just really quick talk about Furious. And I guess a lot of that falls into that whole white privilege that is totally a myth. I believe that everyone has an equal opportunity to earn and work for what they have. I grew up in the city of Syracuse. I was in the minority of schools when I went into the city. Very few white kids at the schools I went to. My neighborhood was the same way. I came up through hard work, perseverance, 2 and 3 jobs. I wasn't handed shit. And excuse my language, but that's just how it is. I wanted something. I went out and took it. I got it. I put myself through school. My white privilege is having almost $91,000 in debt that I still have to pay back. Where other people are coming over here or because of the color of their skin, they're getting free money. They get to go to school for free. So thanks again for that white privilege. I appreciate having to pay all, my dues and then some to such a wonderful society. I'm not hating on people. I'm just hating the situation and the hypocrisy of what it is. Like you can say things, certain racial things can be said, especially about white people or two white people. Hear people saying honky cracker, this and that. But if you go to say the N word or this word or that word, it's like, oh my God, all of a sudden you're racist. Whatever. Come on, everyone. Grow the hell up. Seriously. Anyway, I'm about to wrap it up for my show today. I'll see you in a couple days for the next episode. Hopefully you can tune in. If you like what you're hearing, please, please, please give me your thoughts, feedback, comments, whatever. I could be found on Facebook under Michael Rendino. Send me an email. Twitter, Fat, Furious, and Eft. Instagram, same thing under M Rendino. Find me, friend me. Just put, in the header FFF, something like that, so I know you're friending me from the podcast or whatever, and not just like randomly trying to spam or scam me. But everyone, thank you again. I really appreciate you watching me. Thank you for your time, and I hope everyone remembers what I said, at least to some degree, and think about it, whether you agree with me or not. We're all in this together. That's the truest statement that they've had on these TV ads, and I just thank you all again. Have a wonderful day. Fat, Furious, and Aft.